No, I saw it on Facebook the other day. Some people were getting mad at this TV show called Vikings because there wasn't enough diversity on it. They're Vikings. You can't just slip in a brown Viking and no one's gonna notice. Yeah, is that Viking wearing a turban? What the hell? It turns out when they weren't raping and pillaging, they were celebrating other people's cultures, right? And then some people, they were getting mad because there's too much diversity because they put a black Spider-Man in the comic books. The guy just lost his mind. He's like, Black Spider-Man? It's like, how does that even work? It's like it's a fictional character. Like the guy shooting webs out of his wrist. You can't wrap your head around the black thing? Well, the guy just kept getting angrier too. He's like, oh, I'm tired of multiculturalism. I was like, ooh, jeez. Because I love multiculturalism. Like, I'll tell you this. I went on a date the other day. I ate Chinese food. I drank a Mexican beer. And I slept with a German lady. Yeah, 20 years ago, that would have taken me 2 centuries to accomplish. Or the other way around. No, but I don't know, it is weird, this outrage. Everybody's getting outraged about stuff. Like, I saw this the other day. Somebody was getting mad at some people for starting a restaurant in another culture's food. It's like, who cares? It's gonna fail anyways. I don't know if anybody's going to Dwayne's Tandoori Hut. You know, best curry this side of Cornwall, it ain't happening. If you walked into an Indian restaurant and they greeted you with howdy, you're like, I'm leaving right now. No, they're actually even getting mad at a little girl. She dressed up as the Disney character Mulan and went to school, you know, and just because she wasn't Asian. No, I was like, oh, so am I not allowed to dress up as Woody from Toy Story? And they're like, oh, no, that rule doesn't apply to you. I'm like, you can't have whites only rules, alright? I don't know if you remember history, that shit doesn't turn out well. No, because I'll tell you a true story. I come from a small town. The first time I actually saw my friend dress up as Aladdin for Halloween, that shit made me feel good. Kind of wants to look like me, that's nice. No, I'm not even Arabian, but I'm like, I'm taking pride in this, right? No, my fear is that you're going to eventually get to the point where you need like a DNA test before you get a costume. You're like, hey, 4% Japanese, give me the samurai. I got my DNA tested, and I think everybody should, you know? We're all more mixed than you think. It's actually funny, there were actually a lot of incidences of like white supremacists actually getting their DNA tested and not expecting the results. I can just imagine them coming back to their white supremacist friends like, hey guys, Ancestry.com, check it out. Let's see what we got here. 65% German, good start. 22% Swiss, alright, don't like the neutral thing, but I'll take it. 12% Sub-Saharan African, no! No, it was contaminated! We're like, geez, I think we're gonna have to kick Dale out of the group. No, that's actually where you can see where our culture is right now. You know, some people will get 12% African on a DNA test and be mad. You know, other people will get 12% and be like, score, 12% African. At a party talking to a black guy, like, yeah, brother, I know the struggle. Our people have been through a lot. Oh, no, 12% here, I got it laminated. But I don't know, get your DNA tested, guys. Take advantage of technology, you know? It's changing these days, I think it's good. Like, I don't know if you guys heard, they're actually talking about releasing realistic sex robots on the market. Ooh, somebody's intrigued. It's true, realistic sex robots. I actually was talking about that with my ex, and she was like, you know, if you have sex with one of these things when we're dating, that's cheating. I'm like, really? You know, then I saw the male sex robot, I'm like, yeah, that's cheating. I'm like, nobody has abs like that, that's ridiculous. I'm like, what is he, talking to her afterwards? How am I supposed to compete with that? You know, and I'll tell you, that's my fear, is that the male sex robot's gonna be way better than the female one. You know, 'cause think about it, it's all about making the genitals feel real, right? It's true. Oh, come on, the dick's the easiest thing in nature to mimic, am I right? And you tell me for 1 minute I can run around this room and find 6 things that can take a dick's job. Like, boom, one, a microphone, alright? I'm on a... That's my fear, is that the male sex robot's gonna be way better than the female one. You know, you're gonna be out with your lady, go by the sex robot store, like, hey, let's give it a try, it'll be fun. You know, the guy walks out of there like, ah, that didn't feel real at all, kind of disappointed. You know, the lady walks out like, we need to break up. This robot took me places I've never been before. And he listens to me. He listens. But I don't know, I do like how technology is changing. I actually heard this the other day. They were saying my generation might be the first generation to have a life expectancy of 150. Well, they said they're eventually going to be growing organs and just switching them out. You know, your doctor's going to be looking at your old liver like it's a brake pad, like, dude, you got to stop riding this shit so hard. Like, I'll give you a new liver, throw in a colon flush, toss in a new set of nipples. I'll see you back here in October. I'll put in your winter ass. Think about that. We might be the first generation to have a life expectancy of 150, but nobody planned to. You know, when I first heard that, the first thing that popped into my head was my friend who got married when he was 20. I can just imagine him on his 100th anniversary, like, oh, come on! Like, I know I said forever, but this is ridiculous! Like, Doc says I got 30 good years left in me. Should be out there banging 80-year-olds. It's like, don't get divorced, think of your children. It's like, my eldest is 96, for fuck's sake.